That's right, Obiato, one of my personal favorites from the man Kwame Eugene. It's now time to jump into your daily dose of Vim. You've sent in your messages, your inspirational quotes, and I'm about to read them straight away. The very first one says, "Good morning, the AM Club, most especially you, Godwin." Good morning to you. My daily dose of Vim for today is, your friend and your father's friend do not forsake and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a friend who is far. I didn't get the first part of your message, but I got the last part. Better is a neighbor who is near than a friend who is far. That's interesting. I think it's a Bible quote. I think so. Good morning. AM Club fans. What inspires me this morning is, a sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. Emmanuel Damte from Akwetia. Emmanuel, thank you for that message. Good morning, Shavi from Kumasi, one of our avid viewers. Shavi, good morning to you. You will feel at some point in your life, accept it. To get something you never had, you have to do something you have never done. And I think I've heard Denzel Washington say that before. And of course, our favorite person, Alberta from Takoradi, aka Bacon GH, on Instagram says, "Good morning, Godwin. Shout out to Bomade-san of MTN Takoradi Harbour." And he says, hashtag my daily dose of Vim is, your prayer point has a human being has a human being somewhere as the answer. So be careful who you're mistreating. God can use anybody and everybody. That's very true. No angel will come and save you. God will use human beings to bless you. Good morning, Godwin. My daily dose of Vim for today is, nothing is permanent in this world. This I know. Not even our troubles. I'm Priscilla from Techiman. Priscilla, you also do very well with your messages. Thank you very much. Good morning, MS24 TV. This is Cultured. Today, all our people are on board. Cultured is coming from Asamankasi, and he says, my inspirational message is, God puts people in your life for a reason and removes them from your life for a better reason. Hey, Cultured. You dear, agenda. Thank you very much for that. Good morning. I'm Ken from Wager. My daily dose of Vim is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 19. I feel so blessed. Senior, what should I now? Proverbs 5:19. I don't know what's there. Can you please add it to it so that we can read it? Thank you very much. This one says, I'm Mark, and this is my daily dose of Vim. Rules of life. If you don't go after what you want, you will never have it. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. If you do not step forward, you will remain in the same place. Mark, very beautiful one. Thank you very much. Good morning. Watching live from Ofori Chrome, and my daily dose of Vim is, keep being you, no matter how the world is pushing you to be. Stay true to your soul. That's a good one. I like that. Hashtag the AM Club, hashtag MS24 TV, hashtag fun, fearless, and factual. And I'll read one more, and then we jump straight into Coffee Daily, where we are talking about all the things that have been happening in the last 24 hours. Good morning. Sometimes you have to experience certain things just to spice up your story. Angela from Kumasi. Angela, what are you going through this morning? But that's a very beautiful message. Thank you very much, Angela. Good morning, MX24 TV. Viber from Wasa, Ikropom. My daily dose of Vim. We are all connected to each other in one way or another, no matter what sphere of life we're in. The good you do to others always comes back to you. I feel like this morning's daily dose of Vim has to do with other people and, taking care of other people and caring for other people. That's very interesting. Good morning, watching live from Ofinsu, Kaira. I'm very interested. What are you interested in, please? Okay, last one, and then we're out of here. And then he shares Proverbs 5:19. Finally says, as a loving hind and a pleasant doe, let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. Proverbs 5:19. Okay. Thank you very much for sending in your daily dose of Vim this morning. That's just about all I could read this morning. We're jumping straight into Coffee Daily, where we are talking about all the things that have been happening in the world in the last 24 hours. And of course, before we jump into it, let me remind you that the problem of human trafficking is very real, both within our borders and across them. Now, imagine your child, your nephew, your niece, whoever is taken away from you to go work on a water lake for 8 hours. Or imagine any of your relatives being taken to Dubai or any of the Gulf countries to go and work for hours. They take their passports away from them and they are made to work relentlessly. They have nowhere to go. That is the devastating nature of human trafficking. trafficking today in our world. And as a country, we have the institutions and one of the robust laws to end this dehumanizing problem. Now we are going to build some institutions, at least 10 shelters for both male and female survivors of human trafficking. Let's do that now. Hashtag end human trafficking. Hashtag see something, say something. But now let's jump straight into Coffee Daily, recapping the top trending stories in the world in the last 24 hours. And the new Beyonce is in the building.
Finally, you got it. Godwin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
How was your night?
Good, you?
It was okay. I didn't have enough sleep, but it's fine.
Why? What? You didn't have enough sleep,
Yeah.
my dear. Didn't you get home early? What? I'm sorry, but rain came into your room because it didn't rain yesterday. So how did you not have enough sleep?
It's okay. I had enough sleep for the sake of this conversation.
Anyways, what's been happening in the world?
Yeah, what's been happening is this story that has been trending on social media, news portals, and all of that. Tyrone Magai, one of the Rastafarian students who was initially denied enrollment into the Chimota school because of his dreadlock, has allegedly abused his father. In a video posted on social media, the father is seen with an injured hand with blood oozing, saying his son allegedly attacked him after a confrontation. It also says, according to the father, this is not the first time Tyrone has done this to him and has accused his son of being very disobedient and abusive even before the Achimota case. Let's listen to what the father had to say.
And I went to see them in long story short, they had arguments. So I went back there to ask him why. Then he just unplugged the laptop and started walk over me. And he's been doing this all these years, which of course his mother tolerates. She even asked me one time, why is it that I don't want anybody to have peace in this house? When my son does something wrong and I'm telling him, she is giving me bullshit. You see this? Suddenly, all uncles from the village who never even had nothing to do with us are calling and giving them advice and this and that. Even before the Achimota case, he was so arrogant, so I wasn't even ready to follow him anywhere. I went to the court with him and defended him just for the sake of humanity, for the sake of Rasta. If it had been only because of this boy, I wouldn't have gone. You see me now? And this is the third time something like this is happening because he walked over me and I rushed at him. I wanted to slap him for doing that. He does it every time. You see me now? And he gripped my hands so hard. I don't know if he had something or whatever with him. And this is what he has done. This is the third time. This boy sees me coming with load from town after work. He sees me and he walks away. He doesn't care. When I tell him to do something.
Well, that's the father of Tyrone Magai. We apologize for that insensitive
Yes,
image.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
image.
video, the blood
And the
oozing
language
all of
as
that.
well.
Well, but let me just read what people have been saying. Remember I told you that this has been trending
On Twitter?
It's been trending. A lot of people have been commenting, especially because of the Achimota case. Very quickly, this is from Ghana Social U. The woman or man who you marry, I think that's what the person is trying to say, affects your children's behavior.
Yehovah.
So this man knew all these and still fought for his boy. You wanted Achimota to deal with his demon. Father of Rastafarian student at the Achimota school complains of his son's crude behavior.
I don't know why I don't agree with that tweet. So because the boy is bad, he shouldn't let him go to school. That's a different conversation altogether, please.
Okay, at Alcantara _son_. So you knew the thing your son was doing, and you still, you knew what your son was doing to you all these years, and you and your cohorts painted Achimota school black when there was a legal tussle with his admission because he had dreadlocks on. And with this insensitive behavior as a child, no way, posterity, And also,
what's wrong with people? Why would you say that? His going to school has nothing to do with his behavior.
Exactly.
His Rasta and him going to school has nothing to do with his bad behavior. He wasn't denied Achimota because of his bad behavior.
He was denied because of his dreadlocks.
Come on, please.
This says Richie GH _ I don't understand what's going on here. So who is he reporting to? Achimota school or the government? Masa. And go and train your child. Basically, that's what he's saying. And I think the argument is, why do you even put this on social media in the first place?
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know why he put it up. I really don't know. It goes against the boy.
Yeah, it actually goes against.
A boy most people supported, you know, when this issue came up about him going to school. And then he came and put this up. I mean, deal with your family issues. I don't know why people... Anyways.
To his defense, he says he's been dealing with it for ages. And so
if you see...
Okay, Sam Kwesi Boating says, people in the court speaking about this vindicating Achimota school like they do not know how 90% of teenagers behave in their boarding schools. It is a tense transitional period for everyone, and young people everywhere, not just Rastafarians, tend to do stupid things outside guidance.
That's all.
So the authorities of Achimota school right now, you know this... How does he even do it?
I don't know.
Anyway, so this says MC_mens1. Welcome to Ghana. Kindly meet. Hey, no, this is totally different tweets altogether. But basically, that's what people have been saying on Twitter
regarding this particular issue.
So this is my point. Let's take out that Chimota thing from what's happening right now. Bad behavior is bad behavior, irrespective of how you look. You can have dreadlocks, you can have low cut, you can be bald and still behave bad. It doesn't matter.
Some of the messages, some of the tweets imply that everybody in Achimota school is of good behavior. That's what it implies.
Except for him.
You understand?
You see, we don't know what goes on in people's homes.
You cannot say that at all. Anyways, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next story. Social media users are sharing accolades on the paramount chief and Agbogbomefia of Asogli, Togbe Afede the 14th, for rejecting over 365,000 Ghana cedis ex gratia paid to him by, sorry, let me get this for you. Paid to him for serving on the Council of State between 2017 and 2020. Now, a number of commentators praised him for protecting the public purse and thinking of the growth and development of the country. They described him as a man of integrity and urged other public office holders to follow in the steps of the paramount chief. And indeed, Togbe Afede has been trending on Twitter. A lot
of people have actually been praising him. So MC_mens1 says, welcome to Ghana. Kindly meet the king that thinks about the welfare of his people, Togbe Afede the 14th. May you live long, Togbe. You have won our hearts. This is from Suleimana Brima. Also says, dear Togbe, thank you for distinguishing yourself as a true, honest and patriotic leader. Your act of returning the 365,000 Ghana cedis obnoxious ex gratia cash is exemplary. If only the others who served on the council with you will be as patriotic. We thank God for having people like you. Adjoa Ado says, welcome to Ghana, where over 365,000 is paid as ex gratia, when NSS and NAPCO personnel have not been paid their 500 and 700 Ghana cedis salary for months. Togbe Afede, you have set a good example. This is Edem Agbana. Togbe Afede's rejection of over 365,000 Ghana cedis as ex gratia is highly commendable. This gesture must prick the conscience of politicians who speak against ex gratia, but when it is in a position to receive same, they do without complaining. Basic principles must matter in politics. President says Togbe Afede could have shared the money to the youth having their national service in the Volta region. Rejecting this money is not the best to me. Them go share 'em. That's his point of view.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So this says, Flex K. Jermaine says, God bless Togbi Akwede. It's not easy returning such huge amounts of money that you have been rightfully paid for your service. To me, ex gratia is really something killing us and must be abolished. Waste of resources. So basically that's what people have been saying. Two things. Some think he shouldn't have returned the money. He should have used it to undertake a community service or whatever developmental project. Others are also raising the question of whether or not we should still have ex gratia in the first place.
I don't know how to feel about this. First of all, of course, the man, this one act shows that whatever you do today will either have a negative or positive, impact on you in some few years to come. So, I mean, the ex-gratia belongs to him. He could have chosen to keep it and would have been fine because people are receiving it anyways.
A number of his colleagues did receive it and they didn't return it.
But I guess for his own conscience, he decided, no, I don't need ex-gratia. So it's neither here nor there. What I find interesting about this story is his integrity. It's about integrity. If your conscience tells you that, what I'm receiving is wrong, and you act accordingly, then you're really a man of integrity.
Yeah.
Whether it's wrong or right, once your conscience tells you and you act on it, that's a very good thing to do. But it's very interesting.
Okay, let's move on to some international news. Mali's military leaders have confirmed they won't be returned to civilian rule for 2 years. The interim president, Colonel Assimi Goita, signed a decree fixing the length of the transition period. The army initially seized power in 2020 and has been under international pressure to hold elections sooner. Mali is also dealing with sanctions imposed by ECOWAS after it failed to hold a planned vote in February. The military leaders rejected ECOWAS' request for a 12 to 18-month transition period.
It's almost interesting that I forgot that Mali is even Mali is even led by a military. It was taken over by a military junta. I've forgotten. It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's how we forget things. 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
So it's been almost 2 years.
Yeah. And they still need 2 years to
They
transition.
need another 2 years to move to civilian rule. We pray for them. We really have to pray for West Africa. It's interesting what's happening. And now is my pray. We shouldn't pray.
Please, let's pray.
Let's
pray.
That's all I can say about that. But let's do some sports stories now. The Black Stars have arrived in Osaka, Japan for the 2022 Kirin competition featuring host Japan, Chile and African giants Tunisia. Coach Otto Addo's team head into the tournament fresh with the 2 matches in the 2023 AFCON qualifiers against Madagascar and Central African Republic. The Kirin tournament will give the technical team the platform to test their strength against Asian giants Japan, former African champions Tunisia, and South American side Chile. The 2022 Kirin Cup will take place from Friday, June 10 to Wednesday, June 14 in Japan. Now, moving away from that, let's do some tennis. Golf, I beg your pardon. Tiger Woods will not play at next week's US Open, but still plans to compete at the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews next month. It follows a 15-time major winner's withdrawal from the US PGA Championship in May after 3 rounds. The American returned to competition at the Masters in April, 14 months after a serious car crash from which he had to be extricated from the wreck by firefighters and paramedics. The severity of Woods' injuries saw him embark on a long road to recovery and initially raised questions over whether he would even be able to compete again at the highest level.
Okay.
Now tell us something exciting that Apple is doing.
I know you love Apple, so I know you are definitely going to love this because you've been monitoring the Worldwide Developers Conference. So Apple has previewed the latest version of the iPhone's operating system, iOS 16, at the Worldwide Developers Conference, hashtag WWDC22. The iOS 16 introduces customizable lock screen, news sharing, communication, intelligence, and iCloud shared photo library features. That changes the way users experience iPhone. So let me just quickly run you through what
new
to
features
expect. So the first is a personalized lock screen experience. So widgets can now be added on the lock screen. Users can also change the look of the date and time with expressive type, styles, and color choices. Yeah, so that's for the first thing. The second thing to expect is, I'm coming. Why is this?
It's your long nails.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is affecting me right
It's
now.
your long nails. But I know that, how do you call it? You see, next time, come here, let me cut your nails for you.
Okay, so the second one says, find balance with focus. Focus is more powerful, easier to set up, and now connects to the lock screen, offering users a way to tie a lock screen wallpaper and widgets to a particular focus. The third is, the third has to do with one family place or one place for family. Photos and with iCloud shared photo library. Photos with iCloud shared photo library. iCloud shared photo library gives families a new way to share photos seamlessly with a separate iCloud library that up to 6 users can collaborate and contribute to and enjoy. So if we are family, we could have a common photo library,
Yes,
and then
indeed.
I could see what it's in your library, and then
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So instead of sending pictures or airdropping to people,
Yeah.
when I take the picture and it goes into that folder, you also receive it
I would
automatically.
receive it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You understand?
Updates to messages. Users can edit or recall recently sent messages, recover recently deleted messages, and mark conversations as unread so they can come back to them later. SharePlay is also coming to messages.
Yes, please.
Okay, new tools for mail. New users can schedule emails ahead of time and are given a moment to cancel delivery of a message before it reaches a recipient's inbox. Live text and visuals. Look up enhancement live text uses on device intelligence to recognize text in images across iOS, and it is now expanded to include video. Users can pause a video on any frame and interact with text. The next generation of CarPlay. CarPlay will be able to provide content for multiple screens within the vehicle, creating an experience that is unified and consistent. Now, the fitness app. The fitness app is available to all iPhone users to help track and meet fitness goals, even if they don't have an Apple Watch. Thank you. For some of us who don't have an Apple Watch, thank you for that feature. Yeah, so Godwin, iOS 16, it has good features.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah,
I think the most interesting for me is iMessage, because I use iMessage a lot. I don't use WhatsApp. I'm not on WhatsApp. WhatsApp will copy very shortly. So now you can undo message, you can unsend message on iMessage. And the beautiful thing I like is that, you see now when you make a mistake, you send somebody a message and you make a grammatical error, you come down and you type the right word and add like a hash. But with Apple, you can just tap on that message you sent and edit it again and
Oh,
send.
wow.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
So after you
exciting.
sent it,
You can
tap on
edit
it. Yes, you can edit it and send it again.
That's good. Anyway, remember that in support of the End Human Trafficking campaign, you to have a role to play. Please call 0800 800 or 0800 900. If you see something, say something. Help us end human trafficking. Please, if you see something, do say something.
Thank you very much, Denu Beyonce, with the beautiful nails. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. It's now time to jump into the world of showbiz and entertainment. Afro Girl is coming. Stay tuned.
Hi, I am the Afro Girl Infologs, and welcome to MX Breaks, where I give you all the updates in the world of entertainment and lifestyle in Ghana and across the world. Hi, Godwin.
Gen X, one number, Chrome. Gen X, one number.
Why?
Gen X,
Why
one
are you saying
number.
Gen X?
You look nice.
Hi.
I like it.
You.
I like what you're serving. This hold my thighs and leave my leg. I haven't
Yes.
seen this in a while.
I
With
mean,
your colorful shoes.
yes.
Oh, this
and then
is
my
nice.
yellow scarf and all of that. So
You clean up well.
I do, don't I?
You do. Absolutely. What's happening in entertainment?
Okay, so moving on to our very first story. Popular Ghanaian comedian Kweku Sintim Misa, popularly known as KSM, has bemoaned the lack of creativity in the current film industry. Speaking at an interview, he stated that the film industry is gaining low patronage because most filmmakers are not as creative as they should be to allow the industry rise. He continued to share that the same stories cannot be told every day since that gets boring. According to him, the industry has all the necessary ingredients to make a good industry, but how to creatively work these ingredients is what some practitioners lack. He also suggested that policymakers should be film practitioners so they can understand what is needed to get the industry going.
I mean,
so this is your field.
Yes. How many times will he say this? Because I know last week he said this.
I mean,
It's been
I think
touting
it
this
is like a number of
ongoing thing.
interviews and all of that. So
He keeps talking about it. I mean, see, if KSM has spoken to me, who am I?
no, but
Whom am I?
no. So you are in the industry. What he's saying, does it hold water?
Creativity, of course. We lack some level of creativity, but there are very creative, extremely creative people out there. Extremely.
Yo,
We just don't
I was
know them.
expecting you to like push this away, entirely.
How? As in,
No, as
disagree
in
with
because
him?
it's a new wave currently with everything that's going on. There's series that you're doing and all of
Even
those
with the
things.
series
So
coming up, I'm seeing the same things we saw like years ago.
so-
You know, same line of stories,
So what
same.
he's saying is true.
So in a way, when it comes to our storytelling, when it comes to our stories, it's almost
It's one
you
way.
know. But
I
they are
think-
creative guys, you know, in
Yes.
terms of production, in terms of the quality and all that. People are being creative with it.
So I think that the last thing, policymakers should be film practitioners so they can understand what is needed. I think that that's very necessary
Very.
in every field.
Every.
I
mean, if you don't know,
Yes.
if you don't have practical, hands-on knowledge of whatever it is that you're
wouldn't
creating
know
policies for,
yes.
what are you doing there?
Exactly.
You know, but that's the country we live in, and that's where we find ourselves.
Anyways, moving on to our second story. Popular Nigerian singer Mr. Easy has received a certification from Harvard Business School after completing a course in the business of entertainment, media, and sports. Mr. Easy shared photos from his class and moments on the Ivy League institution's campus on his Instagram account to celebrate his achievements. He also posted a photo of the certificate he was awarded upon the completion of his course. Congratulations.
Hey, Mr.
I'm so proud of
Mr. Otedola.
everybody who decides to continue their education. I mean, I've said it before. It's very nice to
Yes,
see.
we are tired of our leaders. We're also going to go to school and
want to
come
go
out
to
with flying colors and come and take over. That's what we are
But
doing.
you don't know whether he graduated with flying colors.
Please, he has graduated from Harvard Business School. That's all that matters. Like someone said,
It's Harvard.
Better a
Hey,
neighbor,
I'm so proud of them.
better a neighbor close than a friend who is far. So better a third class
in
in
Harvard
Harvard
than-
than the rest. We leave it to you.
Congratulations to you. I'm so proud of you, and I don't even know you personally. Anyways, moving on to our third story. Singer Mariah Carey is being sued over her holiday smash hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You. According to the complaint, New Orleans songwriter Andy Stone alleged that he co-wrote a song with the same title 5 years prior to Carey's release. Stone's song was recorded by his country pop band Vince Vance and the Valiants and was released in 1989. Carey's single was issued on her 1994 Merry Christmas LP. Andy is seeking at least $20 million. So, no, what stood out for me is the fact that it's the title. I've not even listened
All
to
I Want
his
for
song.
Christmas?
Yes, it's you. He said that he made a song with that title 5 years before she released hers. And so now he's suing
And
for at
all
least
these years, 19 to
20.
9,
You see, that's
all
the thing.
these
So,
years.
I mean,
Now that she's made
so
money.
it was a discussion in the office, right? Like, how long should it take before like somebody can be sued over something? But I mean, it could be 20 years.
And it is 20 years.
This is even more than 20 years.
It is. It is.
Okay.
Well, let's see how that goes. A lot of legal tussle going on in the media world.
Yeah. So our very last story, Brad Pitt is accusing ex-Angelina Jolie of damaging the reputation of the wine business they previously co-owned together by selling her house to a stranger. Back in 2008, the now exes bought a controlling stake in the south of France vineyard and home, Chateau Miraval, where they later got married in 2014. In Pitt's latest court filing in his ongoing battle with Jolie over the sale of Miraval, he claims Jolie intentionally sought to inflict harm on him by selling her interests in the wine company. According to him, Jolie pursued and then consummated the purported sale in secret, purposely keeping Pitt in the dark and knowingly violating Pitt's contractual rights.
Fear women and save your life.
Oh, please. Oh, please. We are not going back to this discussion.
No, I love Angelina Jolie. I totally love Angelina
But he
Jolie.
says she intentionally sought to inflict harm on him by selling her into, like, oh, how?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we beg you. We love you guys. And Brad and Angelina was one of our favorites, you know.
They were the ones that acted.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You didn't know?
No, it just hits
Akuisa.
me. It just, no, I've watched it. It just hits me that,
It's
oh,
there,
nice.
man. Yeah. I hope we are not going to watch another public, proceedings.
Blow up. But this has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
This particular case has been going on for a while. I don't know, they can't seem to reach an agreement over it. I think he wants both of them to own it together, but I mean,
she sold her stake. She sold her stake. I mean, she doesn't want to. You are her ex, but you are the ex. So we are leaving you, and we are leaving everything.
Yes.
We don't want to be a part. We don't want to be any business partners with you or anything. Yeah.
Anyways, that's about it for today. That's about it with me, the Afro Girl. Don't forget to follow me on social media platforms at @the_Afro Girl. And also at 3 p.m. every weekday, we have MX Live, where we have more in-depth entertainment discussions.
Afro Girl, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Up next, we have Lifestyle Daily, and we are discussing customer retention, how to retain your customers